Hello, everyone. I'm back once again. I'm Stephanie Clegg, licensed associate counselor, and we are still discussing mental health topics for the month of May in honor of Mental Health Awareness Month. So many different topics to talk about. This may have to keep going after the month of May. Every time I come up with one topic that I want to discuss, something else catches my attention and sidelines that topic for later. So today I want to talk about gaslighting. Yes, gaslighting, a widely used term. When I first heard the term gaslighting, I didn't know exactly what it meant. So I am a content person. So I look at the content. I listen to what people are saying and in the context that they're using it in, right? So I look at the content and I look at the context. What context are they using it in? And I couldn't get a good handle on it because everyone was using it in different contexts. Um, so did some research and I think the term gaslighting is being used or misused widely. People are taking parts of the definition of gaslighting and they're making a common phrase and they're saying, well, he's gaslighting me or she's gaslighting me or she's gaslighting him. So for today, let's look at gaslighting. Have my phone with me because I want to be very factual. So gaslighting is a form of emotional or psychological abuse where a person manipulates another person to question their own reality, perception, memory, and sanity. Not or sanity and sanity. It's a subtle yet destructive tactic used to gain control and power over a person. We all know that's the basic definition of abuse, whether it's physical, sexual, emotional abuse. It all has to do with gaining control over someone, right? And having power over another person. So if you're using the term gaslighting, make sure you're using it in the right context. It's about abuse, right? Emotional or psychological abuse. It's not a term to be used lightly because someone makes a comment and tries to make you question something that you said or something that you've done. So let's look at just a couple of explanations to get a little further into this gaslighting. So gaslighting has to do with manipulating someone's reality, right? Where the gaslighter distorts the truth and presents false narratives to make the victims believe they are unreliable or mistaken. They might deny events that happened, accuse the victim of misremembering, or claim that their feelings are exaggerated or irrational. So, in other words, what we believe as reality or a person believes as a reality, like a real event or a real conversation that they had with someone, the gaslighter will turn that around and present false information to make the person seem like they're unreliable or that they're mistaken, which means what they thought was real was not real, right? They'll accuse the person of misremembering, like yeah, you're misremembering that, or that never happened, right? When you know that it did happen. So that's manipulating a person's reality. Questioning someone's sanity. So the gaslighter tries to convince the person that they are losing their mind or that they're being overly sensitive and they're not mentally stable. If you have not Googled it or been advised or told, the term gaslight comes from a film that came out in 1944 called Gaslight, where a husband was manipulating his wife into thinking that she's losing her sanity so that he can gain control of her inheritance. So that's where the term gaslight comes from. So again, it's the questioning of the sanity. And they may say things like, you're imagining things, you're too emotional, you need help, right? So they manipulate the person's reality. They make the person question their sanity, make them feel like they're losing their minds. Um, and then finally, there's the eroding of self confidence. And we know that this is a large part of any type of abuse, where the person, the abuser or the gaslighter in this case, helps to erode the person's self confidence and their sense of self worth. that makes the victim dependent upon the gaslighter for validation and information. So again, that puts that person solely at the control of the gaslighter. So that's about it about gaslighting. But I just wanted to say, be careful how we overuse terms, right? I hear gaslighting all the time, based on a statement that someone said or a one-off event that occurred, or if you did have someone challenge and say, um, you said you saw something, the other person said they didn't, or you said they said something and then they said they did not, right? So that's different. Emotional abuse, psychological abuse, we don't want to minimize that abuse by overusing the term gaslighting. Remember, gaslighting is when a person is manipulating another person. So ask yourself, is this person manipulating me? Are they causing me to question my own reality, my own perception, my memory? Do I feel like I'm losing my mind? Right? Are they trying to get me to feel like I'm losing my mind? So, again, think about it before you use the term. We don't want to overuse and abuse gaslighting and minimize this abuse. All right. Thank you. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video.